What's up guys, and welcome back to a new video. Now today we're going to be starting off the how to make a car chassis series, or just how to make a car in Roblox series, with the brake system on this chassis that I have made in other videos. So I'd like to give a shout out to Viral the Gamer. I know some other people might have asked how to add brakes. Could not find the comments, either they were removed or I just could not see them. I'm just looking at my YouTube studio and that was the first one I could see, so shout out to Viral the Gamer who asked for the brakes. I'd also like to thank you for the nice comment you left, thank you. And you are welcome, and I'm glad I could help you out. So guys, today we are going to be sorting out this good old boy here. So on the base of the chassis that you have, there will be the one from other episodes, it doesn't matter. If you find the base, and you just click that good old plus button, if you click on it, I believe you can also click Control I, and yes, you can click Control I, and it can bring up that, or you can just press the plus button, it really doesn't matter. Or you can just right click, and it doesn't matter how you bring up that thing, just make sure you bring up this browser thing. And you're going to want to add a body velocity. So with this body velocity, we're just going to rename it to brakes. And I'm not really sure what you guys want, whether you want it to be a shift to brake or P to brake, or you want it to just be left alone so it actually slows down. So I'm going to go with P to add force. So obviously we're going to keep this force as it is, so 400, 400, 400, 250 and velocity of 2 on the y axis. We're going to keep it like that, so it just slows down the car generally, so it feels more realistic. And we're going to, is there a GUI? No, we'd have to add a GUI or something like that, because we'd need a local script and we'd need to convert it, I believe. Right guys, we are going to need to get a screen GUI, and we're just going to name this car HUD. So we're going to add a local script, and we're going to deal with that a little bit later on. We're also going to add a remote event into the main bit of the car, so the whole vehicle model bit, if you know what I mean. So where it says rename or something like that, that exact bit there, that is where you're going to put the remote event. Actually no, we can add a folder. We're going to add a folder. I'm going to call the folder events. Oh damn, events. Yeah, don't rename the drive script to events, rename the folder to events. I'm going to put the remote event in there. I'm going to call this the brake event underscore event. Enter. We're going to not put the script in the bit of code in there, because that is drive script, that is dedicated for driving. So we're going to add a script up here, and we're going to call this the events script underscore script. Enter. So just to start off with, we're going to go script.parent.event.breakEvent.onServerEvent connect function. Enter. That's how we're going to leave that for the moment. Actually, we can fill in player, and that's it. That's all we're going to do at the moment. We're going to want to add a few locals up here, so we're going to want to go local, and we're going to want to find the brakes, so the actual body velocity. So local brakes equals brakes velocity force, brakes force, no, brake force, not brakes force, brake force equals script.parent.base wait for child and brakes. So that is going to wait for the body velocity of brakes. And on the server event, we're going to have status, status, status. So that'll be whether they're on or off. So we're going to go if status equals on, then brake force dot, let's look at the properties. We're going to go want for max force dot, no, equals vector3 dot new. Actually no, we can do it adding and minusing. So we're going to go equals break force dot max force dot add vector 3 dot new, and let's add on 3000 force on the X, and we'll add 2000 on the Y, and we'll add 3000 on the Z. There we go. Go else if status equals off, then it'll be the same, but we'll be minusing it, so it'll go back to the 400, 400, 400. And let's see, should we up the P? We'll figure that out afterwards. So in this local script, this is going to be let's go keybinds. Let's go keybinds for the moment. So we're going to want to go local user input surface equals game dot get service user input surface. So this is basically going to be the service that detects you clicking a certain key. So we're going to go local user input service. So we're going to want to go user input surface dot on no dot input began. So when you press a key, connect function function. Now there's this little thing, so you can have input, so we're just going to go key comma game process. Okay, let me talk about the game process. So say you're typing in chat and you're currently driving, you don't want to slow down the vehicle because you pressed a certain key, whether it be P or shift, whatever it is. The game process, by having that there and adding it into the if statement, you can stop your car from slowing down whilst you're typing in chat, or you can stop your car from moving while you're typing in chat, that sort of thing. It's really helpful. So say you had a crawl function and you press C in chat and then you all of a sudden start crawling and you don't want to crawl, then that will stop you from crawling. So we're going to go if key dot key code equals enum dot key code dot, let's say shift, left shift, and not game process. So if game process equals false, then we're going to have to find the break event, but we're also going to need the car. So we're going to add the object value, so that will help us find the car. So this will be car, and local vehicle equals script.parent.car value. Will that work? Depending on how I do it. Let's say that's disabled while it's inside of the car. That'd work. So this car value is currently nil, and we'll sort that out later. So we're going to want to go vehicle dot events. So once I've sorted out the value in here, it will be this rename thing. So it'll be this dot this dot this. So vehicle dot events dot wait for child. Wait for child, God's sakes. There we go. Wait for child break event. Break event underscore. Wait for child break event colon fire server on. And local brakes on equals false. There you go. Put one too many equals. We're going to put that local inside of the user input service. No, we're not going to do that. We're going to put it out there. So local brakes on equals false. and it's if. So if brakes on equals false, then brakes on equals true. And I keep putting double equals and I don't know why. So brakes on equals true, and it will fire on. But we also need an else if, which basically just copy this statement up here. So else if, all of that. I'm just going to change the false to true. So if the brakes are on, then it'll basically do the opposite to this. I'm just going to paste this in here, and this is going to be false, and this is going to be off. And now basically do that. So that's wrong, so it needs to be, nope, not in that script, it needs to be in the keybinds one. So we're going to want to copy the whole entire script and paste it. We can get rid of the else if statement up here, because we don't need it. I can get rid of the if statement up here, because we don't need it. And it's if input ended. So ended dot input ended, brakes on equals true, and then it's false. Brilliant, that should work. So you basically have to hold down the brakes. So we're just gonna go to workspace and just have a look at the brakes. So when I press shift, they change. Now when you're in the, it will be set so that you have to be in the vehicle to do it. But yeah, so if we just drive normally and we let go when we get to that line, there you go, we do slow down, but we slow down quite slowly. And we make it to about here, which is not far from that yellow line. And we're just gonna add in the brakes and see if this does anything, slows it down even faster maybe. We'll see. I'm not entirely sure what it does. I'm just actually hoping it works. I don't really do much with body velocities. I'm just going to see if it works much. Let's try and line it up with that. And let's see. It works. So we're just going to drive. I'm just going to keep driving till we get to the line. And we're going to activate our brakes and see how quickly we stop. We basically stop on the line, which means those brakes do work, and you can basically change the values that it goes up. Basically these have to be the same. If these aren't the same, it's just going to be really awkward. So say it went up 3,000 but you took it down to 100, then it will start 4,000, go up 3,000, then come back 2,000, so it'll end up at 5,000, and it'll keep doing that. So it'll be 4,000, then 5,000, then 6,000, and it'll keep doing that, and it won't be accurate, and it'll just break. So now we're going to set this to only be when you're sitting inside of the car. So we're going to set this to false or to nil. And we're going to put the car HUD inside of the vehicle seat. You can actually put it wherever you want, but I'm putting it inside of the vehicle seat. And we're just going to add a script here into the vehicle seat. So we're going to go script.parent.changed, connect function, enter, and go if script.parent.occupant does not equal nil. So that's if someone's sitting in it. Then let's see. So we use script.parent.occupant.parent. That'll be local player equals game dot players dot find first child name. That'll be local GUI equals script.parent dot, no, it's not script.parent, it's script, yeah, it is dot parent dot car HUD clone, and be GUI.parent equals player.player GUI, GUI.car.value equals script.parent.parent.parent. So that is now this. So script.1 parent, 2 parent, 3 parents, it's this. And car.value is now that. And we need to set the keybinds to false. So GUI.keybinds.disable equals false, else if script.parent equals nil, then I think we should clone the GUI up there, so when it changes it clones. Remember, I copied too much. That is all we needed. That is all that needed to be cloned. I don't know why I cloned all of it. And then we go GUI colon destroy. So when you step out, it should be destroyed, and you shouldn't be able to change the brakes at all. So we're just gonna go play here and just see if it works. Alright, so we're going to step in the car here. Going to take a look at the brakes. They're on and off. You step out. They still change. Is the GUI still inside of the player? Yes, it is, which means it did not get destroyed, which means that did not work, which means I need to change it because that's broken. Oh, that is cloning too much. I think we'll now add in our good old friend proximity prompt. Thank you guys for watching. Now, if you want, please go get yourself some limited time merch in the description below. You can also subscribe if you want to, if you don't find me annoying, but if you want to learn how to script and you want to use the free models, then you'll get notified if you subscribe. And yeah, you'll basically learn how to code by subscribing. You'll learn how to code, and it's a loop kind of. But yeah, subscribe if you want to. You can unsubscribe at any time, and it is free. That is the most important thing. Subscribing is free, and you do not have to pay to subscribe. And guys, I'll see you in the next video. And in the next video, we'll be adding in those proximity prompts. I only cut it out just to keep the videos short.